Hello beautiful people, it's your boy host from ladieslodgeent.tv. If you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Feel free to drop your opinions in the comment section. And for those that have always been with us, thank you for always being here. Welcome back from that very short break, as I said earlier. So without further ado, today we'll be reviewing the topic as earlier discussed, which is age difference in relationships or marriage. And today with me I have a very special and honored guest in person of Mr. Ajibaye Sadiq. He is an experienced teacher with years of qualifications of experience, and he is a specialist in the field of biology education. So we'll be hearing his perspective as regarding the topic age difference in relationships. So over to you, Mr. Sadiq. Welcome to the program.
Yes, so thank you.
Yes.
As likely said, my name is Sadiq Ajibaye Additional, and I'm very delighted to be part of this program. And regarding the topic, which is the age difference in the marriage or relationship, firstly, I would like our audience to know what marriage is, the importance of marriage, and also what are the things to look out for before you embark on marriage.
Okay.
And also look at the age difference in the marriage from female side and also from the male side. So firstly, let's try to go into what marriage is. Okay. Marriage is defined as it is defined as the union of two individuals, usually opposite sex, for the procreation of children, and also we can also see for the purpose of establishing a family. That is marriage. Yes. So you know, in the present universe or world that we have now, there is a case of homosexuality or something, but we are not going there. So we are talking about the opposite sex. And also, what are the reasons for marriage? We need to look into that too. Where number one, we have about three major reasons for marriage. Okay. Number one is that's the procreation of children or offsprings. That is, when you are into a marriage or you are getting yourself into a marriage, the sole purpose is to procreate children or the next generation. Also, which is number two, we can also say to satisfy sexual urge. Okay. It's another reason for marriage. Also, we have number three, that is establishment of a family. So because since family is a unit of society, so everything starts from from family. So you getting yourself into a marriage, that means you are trying to You are trying to establish a family. So looking at that, we're now going to move to another point, which are what are the reasons to embark, or what are the reasons or what are the things you need to look out for before you go into a marriage or relationship. Number one is please don't be concerned. I will need to go to the scriptures more.
No problem. No problem.
According to Prophet Muhammad, because being a Muslim, he said something in his hadith that if you want to get married to a woman or a female, there are some three quality things that you need to look at. Number one is the beauty. Okay. Number two is the character or trait. Number three is also that is the religion. Okay. And but the present Nigeria or the present world today or the present generation, we still need to add some point to it, which is now the age difference. Okay. So in a marriage or relationship, all these four factors are very crucial. Following the line of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so we have to look for those three traits or the three items I mentioned before. Those are the three major. Before we now use the supportive point, which is the age difference. Because the present Nigeria today, it's nothing to joke about. As we all know, Nigeria is a country of so let's just leave that. So now looking at the first point, which is beauty. Yes, for you to get yourself a wife is one of the characteristics that you must look out for, which is the beauty. Okay. You look for either you have your perspective, I have my own perspective.
Everybody has tastes.
Thank you. Talking about taste, so you might decide to go for a lady that is fair in complexion, or that is dark in complexion. Even looking at the structure is part of beauty. Because we are talking about the structure that is the morphological structure of an individual, then you have your own taste. Then we now move to the second one, which is what? Which is a character or behavior. Thank you. Character of behavior is very what? It plays major role in a relationship or marriage. Even it should be the first one before the beauty. Because what is the essence of having beauty without character? You first look at the what? You need to first look at the character. Also, because establishing a family is not something, it is a long life contract. It is a contract forever. That is, you need to what? You need to be very, very careful when you are selecting your spouse. Being a man or a woman. So, looking at the character playing what? It plays major role in what? In the marriage. And it is one of the sources of what causes destruction of marriage this time around, on this age. Lack of character. So, we won't say much about that. Then, we now move to what? Religion, which is also crucial. Being a Muslim, you just have to look for what? A fellow Muslim to marry. We have some family with what? With either with a Muslim and a Christian, mixed religion, or the traditionalist. Yeah. So now, this thing, we have some successful marriage like that, but not all of them are successful. About 90-something%, let me just put it that way, 90-something% of mixed religious marriage are not successful. Let's just be straight with ourselves. So we also need to look at the what? The religious aspects. Now, moving to the fourth one, which is the major topic for today, is the age difference. Age difference, it also play, according to the generation we have nowadays, age difference also play what? Major roles in establishing your relationship or marriage. Why? It's just because this age, don't forget that with what? We've made mention of what? Of character earlier.
Yes.
Do you know that what? Age can influence character. Age difference can influence character. Why? How? Let's cite an example. Me, now, let's say I'm 30 years old, or 45, or 40 or 45 like that, and I want to marry a lady or a girl who is still within his adolescence. You know the gap between the age is what? Is far.
Very wide.
And it's wide. So now, the lady who is still within his adolescence, you know, the stage of adolescence in biology, you showcase so many characters or something, in which, as in at that time, you'll be feeling yourself as if you are on top of the world, or you want to, you are superior to every other being, or there are new things that you want to try out. So now, you cannot compare the rate in which I will assimilate and I will take in something compared to a lady who is within the range of 15 to 17. Are you getting the point?
I'm with you.
So that age is kind of wide. Now, before we now move on, according to research, it is stated that a couple with the range of 1 to 3 years of age difference usually satisfy themselves.
Okay.
Yes.
In what sense?
Thank you. That is, a couple with about 1 to 3 each, they are the most common couples nowadays. And it is what? It is the type of marriage or relationship in which has the greatest satisfaction. That is, the age difference is not much.
Okay.
Are you getting me now? The age difference is not much. So that is, it is a satisfactory marriage to most people.
Okay.
With the man older than the woman.
Okay.
So also, after looking at that, we might now look at the what? That is the age difference from the man's side and age difference from the woman's side. Yes, the most common one is the age difference from the man's side. That is, a man is about 2, 3, 4, or 5 years older than the female, or the woman. So which is very normal. And if you could see the successful marriages in the world now, the most successful marriage fall within this range. That is, the age difference is not much, about from 1 to 3 or 4, 5 years. So anything exceeding the range of 5 years will be having that kind of marriage or relationship. There will be what can I even call it? There will be problem, or there will be issues in such marriage or relationship. Why? Because the man, being older, he has the way in which he comprehends things. You know, before I even move there, let's quickly move to some part of or some aspect of education.
Okay.
We have what we call age classification. From 0 year to about 15 years, they belong to what? They belong to one. They belong to one age. From 0 to about 10, belong to one class.
Okay.
From 10 to 15 is another class. From 15 to 20 is another class of age. From 20 to 25 is and like that. So now, it's what they are trying to say there is that what if you fall within the range, that is, I am 20, I am 25, and my wife is 20, we still fall between within the same class. That is, our comprehension, our level of comprehension is kind of the same. But let's not assume I am 27 and my wife is 20. We are no more in the world in the same category. The way that I will comprehend things will be quite different from the way she will comprehend things, and that might bring about problem. Are you getting the point now? So that is that about for the male. That is the age difference in aspect of what?
Male.
Of the male.
Okay.
Which is kind of good, which is okay. Now let's look at the age difference from the side of female. That one, it has a lot of problem and issue.
Okay.
We all know all our females, how they react to things and how they do things, how they behave. Now, before I move into that, there are some age difference from the side of females, which are successful. Now let's take our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, from Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as a case study. The first wife of Holy Prophet is 15 years older than the Prophet. And please tell me, was the marriage not successful? It was. But we can't compare that age to this present age. If a lady is 15 years older than a man in this today,
there is problem.
in this era, my brother, there will be problem. But there are some exceptions. Why?
Okay.
Because let's assume there is a lady who is about 50 years of age. She has undergone series of experience. Maybe as a result of as a result of her losing her husband, then she wants to engage in she wants to remarry. Are you getting me? You know, from the experience, she knows the right from the wrong. If she goes for a man that is not up to her in age. Are you getting me now? So that kind of marriage, it's likely to succeed. Why? Because that kind of lady has undergone series of experience. So now, but let's say the woman is 25, who is still under development. She's still under gathering of experience, and I am about 18 years of age, and we want to marry. Please let me tell you this. That marriage, I am telling you about 80% that the marriage is not going to succeed. It's not going to work. Why? Because you can just get to some stage or some point in a marriage or relationship that the lady will be telling you, do you know I'm older than you? Why would you be performing that? Even at times, that lady will want to be commanding the relationship or the marriage, in which it is not good, because we all know that the man is the head of the family or the head of
the household.
Also, it should be the one leading the relationship or the marriage,
regardless of the age.
Thank you. So now, in conclusion, I've only said from my own perspective.
Okay.
But in conclusion,
Okay.
the Yoruba usually say, "Tuba kowaju si kota, tuba keyin si kota, tuba kuwo nikan kotero are." What I'm trying to say in essence is that what you are the one, the audience, you are the one in the relationship.
Okay.
You know if this relationship you are getting yourself into is likely to succeed. Then if it's likely to succeed, please continue. If you are seeing the green light of the female, whether you know from the woman's side, if the lady is older than the male, if you are seeing some light, please you look for a way to what to avoid that kind of relationship or marriage. So I believe I don't have more than that for you.
Thank you very much for the insights and your perspective on this very topic. But before we let you go, there are some few areas I would like to connote points on.
Okay.
First off, let me pick up from the aspects where you said the three major reasons for marriage. You said procreation,
okay,
establishment of family,
okay,
and
sexual satisfaction.
Yeah. So in these three opinions, in biological perspective, would you say age difference matters in these three perspectives, especially in the generation that we are currently, whereby most relationships, most guys, especially the guys, they're less after sexual derivation, while we have other situations where we have young ladies already going into labor, ladies of 17 years, 15 years, already giving birth at very early ages. So what would you say is your perspective towards these three major points at this stage? Is it still likely that it's going to affect the marriage, or would you would suggest or support that movement that, okay, since medically sexual urge to satisfy one's sexual urge is sometimes acceptable, so regardless of the age. Then in the second situation, we have some situations, some countries, some states, even countries, where they allow their girls to marry at early ages, and likely for them or luckily for them, they conceive, and along the line they still give birth successfully. So what would you say is the perspective of age difference in relation to this? Would you support the difference of age in such situations, or you would just say it's their perspective or the way they are doing their things?
Okay. Firstly, I would like us to understand one thing, which is when it comes to the matter of sexual satisfaction, age is just a number.
Okay.
Because we've seen several scenarios in which those who call themselves the sugar mommy or the sugar daddy or so.
Exactly my point.
If you are looking from that perspective, we could see that what age is just what? It's just a number.
Okay.
Are you getting me? But even, yes, just like you mentioned, even Islamically, especially for the females, it is very good to marry early. Why? That is as a result of the what? Your sexual urge. Because we are all human. It will get to some point or to a stage whereby you will need an opposite sex to satisfy your urge. But once you are married early enough, you'll be able to what? You'll be able to satisfy your and then, just like I've mentioned my point earlier, it is the most common and the most common marriage is when the man is older than the woman, which is very common, and in which most people have greatest satisfaction with that. So I believe there are some traditions who also embrace early marriage. Yes, they embrace early marriage. It might be as a result of their own tradition or custom, or maybe they are following their own scripture too. So we couldn't blame them, because you do your things the way you see fit, or you did the way you deem fit. So it's now that's what I'm saying, that what it now depends on your own perspective. Think of what you want, then you follow the footstep.
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for the program, sir.
Yes,
We hope to see you more next time when you have other topics to discuss. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
What is the configuration of your imagination? Got your IP address, I provide the information. Whatever profile, general, no need for vibration. Got me on silent cause I'm mute. My security is perfect prior to you.